All right. Good morning. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hopefully, you had a great Memorial Day weekend. We are back. We've got a full 15 game slate. So, we are going to dive into every game, and then I'm going to give you my 5 best bets. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Recap of yesterday, basically a wash on the day. We did hit our 3-leg Nerfy at -110. We hit the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks for plus money on the money line there. But that's basically it. Unfortunately, our plus 282 that I really loved, Randy Vasquez ended up getting 5 Ks. So we ended up hooking there. We had him at under 4.5. So GG on that one. Cardinals could not come through. They could not hit Charlie Morton, which is crazy. And the Reds ended up scoring a run in the first inning. So rip Michael Lorenzen's 10-0 Nerfy streak. Good job, Reds. All right, so let's talk about these games and give you guys 5 best bets that I have today. First game is going to be the Dodgers and the Guardians. This one, the Dodgers are a pretty short favorite, honestly. It's -135 on most books. But you got Dustin May going up against Tanner Bybee. Bybee this season at home has been really solid. He's got a 1.46 ERA and 4 home starts. Dustin May's definitely been a little worse on the road, 5.40 in 4 away starts. But I like May today just simply because he does really good against lefties, and we know this Cleveland team's very left-handed dominant, but he's given up a 206 average to lefties, 326 to righties. So it's the righties that's really giving him trouble. I think he has a pretty decent outing today. Would definitely lean towards the Dodgers on the money line, but the bet we're going to take is Dustin May to go over 15.5 outs. Even in outings where he struggled, he's still gone over this line. So I think this line's just too low. It should be closer to 17. So we're going to take him over 15.5 outs in this game. I do think Bybee gets hit up. I think he's due for some home regression. He's got a 3.57 ERA on the season, expected ERA of 3.86. I think he gets banged up a little bit. His pitch mix looks pretty bad today. Fastball, slider are kind of his 2 main pitches. Obviously, the Dodgers hit both of those really well. So I do like them to get the job done today. In terms of the weather, it's going to be 69 degrees with a 37% chance of rain. So probably not going to rain. And there's going to be a 13-mile-an-hour wind blowing out. So I do like some runs in this one. We've got an over-under of 8.5, but just going to stick with the Dustin May, but would lean Dodgers on the money line. Next game, Cardinals and the Orioles. Andre Palante going up against Tomoyuki Sugano. So Sugano, one of those guys, doesn't get a lot of Ks. I think his line's going to be 3.5. That's pretty much where it's always at. And then Palante, another guy that doesn't get Ks. Line's usually at 3.5 as well. And in terms of weather in this one, it's going to be 70 degrees with a 24% chance of precipitation and a 9-mile-an-hour wind blowing out. We get an over-under of 9. This is a tricky one. After yesterday, I mean, I thought that the Cardinals would run away with that, but I do think they're able to get to both pitchers. There should be hits in this one. Splits for Sugano don't look fantastic. Should find some success with his cutter and maybe his splitter. A little bit with the curveball, but he's kind of a guy that just throws a bunch of junk. He only throws the fastball like 29% of the time, which the Cardinals do hit righty fastballs well, but he just doesn't throw enough of them. So over under of 9, I think it's all pretty appropriately placed. I wouldn't want to pick anything here. I guess lean Orioles or Cardinals on the bounce back factor. I don't know. Not a game I'm really going to touch. The Orioles have won 3 in a row, so. But that said, they're still 4-14 after a win. Cardinals on the road have definitely been worse, 11-16. They're a great home team at 19-8. But is that Cardinals bid winning streak over? I mean, I can't really get behind either of these pitchers if I'm being honest. So it's the over or nothing for me in this game. Next one's going to be the Giants and the Tigers. Really good pitching matchup between Logan Webb and Jack Flaherty. So I like this game a lot. Weather in this game is going to be 65 degrees with a 15-mile-an-hour wind blowing in. So I do think we see a somewhat low-scoring game. Obviously, that is reflected in the over-under of 7. I would take the under in this one. I think you've got hook potential with that 7, but I think Logan Webb should have a pretty decent day. Flaherty should do all right. The bet that we're going to take in this one is going to be Logan Webb to get 5 Ks which he has done in 9 of his last 10 games. And he's over this in every away start. So it's a modified to his 5.5. And we're going to take Jack Flaherty to give up 4 hits, which he has done in 6 of his last 7 games. So we can combine those and we get pretty good odds on that. So that's the play I like in that one. In terms of who wins, I lean Tigers. Take the home team plus money here. I think that you're getting decent value to do that. All right, next game is going to be the Braves and the Phillies. Really good games today. I like the games. Spencer Strider going up against the Ranger Suarez. Strider didn't look great in his last outing, which was his first since injury. I know because we had him get 5 Ks and he got 3. And his line today is 6.5. So he only threw 75 pitches. I would expect him to be somewhere around 75 to 80 today. Wind's going to be blowing out at Citizen Bank Park. It's going to be 71 degrees. Really good day for runs. Strider is a fly ball pitcher. He pretty much just throws a fastball and a slider. Every once in a while, he throws in a curveball and a changeup, but it's like 85% of his pitches are a fastball or a slider. Philly hits both of those really, really well. Strider's K line is 6.5 today. I think that's too heavy. I think he doesn't make it into the 5th inning. So we're going to take his under 6.5 Ks at minus 115 as our best bet. But there's more. Ranger Suarez line's 5.5. I don't think he gets to 5.5. I think that's too many. I think he ends up at 5. So we're just going to take them both to go under. And we get plus 196, I believe, on both of those. So those are going to be our bets in this game. In terms of who wins, definitely lean towards the Phillies. Phillies at home have been really good. They're 17-8 on the year. Braves on the road have been significantly worse. They're 9-18. Philly at home as favorites are 14-8 on the season. Braves are 3-7 as dogs on the road. But give me Philly in this game, over under of 8.5. I wouldn't mind kind of leaning towards that over, just given the conditions. I think both teams score, but I'd just take Philly money line there. All right, next game is going to be the Twins and the Rays. The Rays are on quite the winning streak, 6 in a row now. They've been throwing up some runs, but they get Joe Ryan today going up against Taj Bradley. Joe Ryan, 4-2 on the season with a 185 opponent average, going up against Taj Bradley, who is 4-3 with a 4.61 ERA. Done really well at this park, considering it's a minor league park that's kind of very, very hitter friendly. But he's got a 3.72 ERA in 6 home starts. Joe Ryan, 2.48 ERA in 5 away starts. I like the splits for Ryan. I think we're getting good value to take the Twins with Ryan on the bump. Bradley's still just not a guy I can trust, so I would lean towards the Twins in this one. My only concern, they've been struggling to hit over the past week. They're hitting 188 with a WRC plus of 58 against righties, whereas we know Tampa Bay's kind of been on a tear here hitting guys. But yeah, so definitely want to lean towards the Twins. In terms of the weather, 88 degrees with a 6-mile-an-hour wind blowing out and an over-under of 8.5. I haven't really seen the over in this series. Obviously, it's still young, but I would kind of lean towards taking the under in this one with these two pitchers. And you've got a really good bullpen behind Minnesota, and Tampa Bay's been pitching pretty well out of the pen as well. So 8.5, I kind of lean towards the under, but not really going to touch an under in this park. All right, next game is going to be the White Sox and the Mets. It's going to be Jonathan Cannon going up against Tyler McGill. Cannon significantly worse on the road. Almost a 5 ERA and 7 away starts. McGill at Citi Field's been really good. He's got a sub-2 ERA and 4 home starts. We saw the Mets have to do some magic last night to win this game. But there's a big difference between Adrian Hauser and Jonathan Cannon. So give me the Mets -1 in this one. We're going to pair them up with the D-backs at -1 as well. And that's our play in this one. -270, pretty steep. But I still have the Mets true value at like -340. So there is some technical value there. Next game is going to be the Red Sox and the Brewers. So pitcher's still TBD for the Red Sox, but I do believe it's going to be Cooper Criswell, who is going to be pitching tonight. That's my best guess. I don't love Criswell. Gives me a little bit of heartburn. It doesn't have a lot of innings under his belt, though. He's got 4.1 innings, got a 10.38 ERA. So you can only read so much into 4 innings. but he's going up against Aaron Savali. Aaron Savali's got a 9 ERA in 7 innings. So obviously Savali was injured first game of the year and just had his last game. So this will be his second start back. I just don't like Aaron Savali. And you're facing the Red Sox and you're getting plus money. So it's Red Sox or nothing for me in this one. I just can't get behind Aaron Savali. And we saw the Red Sox drop one yesterday, 3-2. So I like them to bounce back offensively today. Obviously, this game is being played in a dome, so we don't have to worry about the weather. Next game, Reds and the Royals. This will be an interesting one. So Brady Singer facing his old team, coming back to Kansas City, and he's going to be facing, I believe, Daniel Lynch, the lefty. We don't have a lot of data here, but he is a lefty, and the Reds don't hit lefties well. And the Royals obviously know Brady Singer. In terms of the weather, it's going to be 63 degrees with a 6-mile-an-hour wind blowing in. So home runs are going to be down quite a bit. Singer is a fly ball pitcher. About 66% of his outs this year have come via the fly ball. I do think he's able to find some success. I think that 3.5K line is way too low. So give me the over 3.5 Ks, and we're going to record him to take a walk, and we're getting plus money for that. Singer will definitely walk somebody, if not 3 people. But I think he can get 4 Ks. Had a couple of rough last outings for sure. ERA is kind of popping up there to 4.88. On the road, he's been getting torched. He's got a 6.66 ERA in 5 away starts. So I would lean towards the Royals here. You're getting the home team at a short price because you have a lefty kind of making their debut. So give me the Royals on the money line here. It's not a best bet, but it's a strong lean. All right, next game, Rockies and the Cubs. It's going to be Germán Marquez going for the Rockies, going up against Cade Horton. Don't love Cade Horton. He's okay. He's 2-0 on the season, though, but he's got a 4.40 ERA, and he's got a 5.40 in 1 game in Wrigley. Wind is going to be blowing in again up to like 13 miles an hour. So runs are going to be sparse here. And we see an over-under of 7.5. I don't really want to touch over-unders at Wrigley. I don't think the Rockies are able to do much, though, so I would kind of lean towards the under. But Marquez is giving up a 11 ERA and 6 away starts. Crazy thing is he's worse away than he is in Coors Stadium. So he's got a 7.66, or Coors Field, I should say. 7.66 ERA overall, but no way I can get behind the Rockies with him on the mound. That's not happening. I guess it would be Rockies or Cubs, but there's 0 value here. So not going to take this. Over under, I guess, is the only way you'd find some value. Next game is going to be the Blue Jays and the Rangers. Rangers are so bad. Good God, man. They just can't score runs. Like I said yesterday, Blue Jays, Bowden Francis on the bump, going up against Nathan Eovaldi. We got an over-under of 8. Kind of lean towards the under. I would say Rangers, but my God, you're paying a hefty price to take the Rangers. So once again, you're getting a really good value to take this Blue Jays team at plus 140 against a team that can't score. Like I said yesterday, it doesn't matter if you can hold them to 1 or 2 runs. If you can't score, you still lose. And this Rangers team has been awful against righties. 207 over the last 2 weeks, 207 over the past week, below 100 in WRC plus. They're not striking out a ton, and they're actually walking okay, but runners in scoring position is pathetic. You can go back 7 days, 14 days, 30 days. They're a bottom 3 team in the MLB, sub 200 average runners in scoring position, whereas the Blue Jays are a top 10 team with runners in scoring position. But Bowden Francis has been giving up runs. He's got a 300 average runners in scoring position, 4.5 ERA on the road, whereas Eovaldi has a 1.90 home ERA. And he's been great to both lefties and righties. 4-3 on the season, though, just not getting run support. Only averaging 2.3 runs per game when he pitches. Blue Jays are scoring almost 4 runs a game when Bowden Francis pitches. So slight lean towards the Blue Jays, just a pure value play there in that game. Athletics and the Astros. JP Sears going up against Hunter Brown. Brown didn't look great in his last outing. I know because we had him and he pitched against the Rays. And problem was it was a big wind blowing out in that small park and they just kept tagging him for home runs. But this is a good bounce back day for him. Do I want to pay, this price for an Astros team? No, not paying minus 208 to back the Astros. I do think they win, but you got to take the run line, which I don't mind. My issue is Astros have not been hitting lefties well over the last 2 weeks. And over the last week, they've been the worst team in baseball. That said, very small sample size, but they have a -3 WRC plus. They're hitting 100 against lefties in the last 7 days with a 27% K rate. So I don't love that spot here. But the A's on the road haven't been great. Actually, no, that's not true. They have been good. They have a 14-12 record. Sorry. Astros at home are 18-10. But the Athletics in their last 10 have been awful. They're 1-9. They did win their last game, but they had lost 9 straight prior to that. I think the losing streak probably continues today, and it just gets really bad once you get beyond JP Sears, who been pretty good on the road. He's got a 3 ERA basically in 6 away starts, but Hunter Brown's got a sub-1 ERA in 3 home starts. But this Athletics bullpen is bad, man. 7.74 ERA, 29th in baseball. So is there a little bit of value on the A's at plus 170? Yeah, I would like it to be closer to plus 200, but Astros probably get it done in this one. Run line's the only way you can get some value, though. All right, Yankees and the Angels. No official pitcher listed for the Yankees, but I do believe it's going to be Carlos Rodon. The lefty's having a fantastic season, 6-3, but a 159 opponent average and a 2.88 ERA, going up against Tyler Anderson. Anderson, kind of the system last year was you fade Anderson at home and you back him on the road. And so far this year, kind of been the opposite, actually. He's been really good at home. He's got a 2.51 ERA and 5 home starts. Rodon has definitely been weaker on the road. He's got a 3.19 ERA and 5 away starts, but it's still pretty good. He's been dominant against lefties, 120 average against lefties, 168 against righties. Anderson's pretty split. He's about a 250 guy to both sides of the dish. Hard hit percentage is pretty low. That said, I don't like his pitch mix today. He throws a lot of change. He's a fastball, cutter, changeup guy. It's really a 3-pitch pitcher. And that doesn't bode well because the Yankees love that, and they have been smashing lefties. Best hitting team against lefties over the past week with a 364 average and a 174 WRC plus. Over the last 2 weeks, they're top 3. And they're number 1 in WRC plus at 148. So I like the Yankees to absolutely Hulk smash Tyler Anderson tonight. Rodon should be able to continue being fairly dominant, although the Angels have been hitting lefties well over the past week. So that's one thing I'll give them. Man, their bullpen's horrible. Worst bullpen in baseball. So yeah, it's Yankees run line or Yankees money line here for me. You can put them in a parlay as a dance partner, but I don't really see the Angels winning this one, not gonna lie, but could happen. It's baseball. Wild shit has already happened. Feels like every day. Next game, Pirates and the D-backs. Corbin Burns going up against Mike Burrows. Mike Burrows, a righty. Got 1 game under his belt. He went 5 innings, struck out 3, and has a 7.20 ERA. It was a home start, but Corbin Burns at home has been really good. He's got a 1.48 ERA and 4 home starts, and he gets the Pirates today. So it's pretty much a really good gift for them. So like I said earlier, we're going to take the D-backs -1, pair it with the Mets -1. Just 2 huge mismatches today. D-backs had lost 6 straight, so we were on them yesterday. It was a nice bounce back spot. They should get the job done today. Roof's going to be closed in this one, so we don't have to worry about weather or anything like that. Next game is going to be the Nationals and the Mariners. So this one's going to be Mitchell Parker against TBD. I do believe it's Logan Evans. So this would be one where Mariners at home have been okay, 13-11. Nats on the road, 11-15, but playing at Safeco, just a different beast. It's a weird field. Roof's going to be closed, so it's going to be a dome. You typically get low scoring games in this one. Mitchell Parker on the road this season has definitely been worse. He's got almost a 6 ERA. Logan Evans, 4.50 ERA and 2 home starts. Would lead the Mariners in this one. Not really getting the value I'd want to take them, but definitely would lean towards them. Parker's one of those guys not going to strike out a bunch of dudes. Only averaging 0.65 Ks an inning. So he's got 55 innings pitched, 36 Ks. Logan Evans, 0.8 Ks per inning, 21 Ks in 27 innings. It's the Mariners, but I need more value. It's just too high price to take the Mariners. And last game on the card is going to be the Marlins and the Padres. Nice little comeback by the Padres last night to get the dub. Max Meyer going up against Steven Kolick. Kolick didn't look great in his one home start, so he's got a 9 ERA. Max Meyer on the road has been worse than home. He's got a 5.16 and 4 away starts. The only thing that scares me here is he has a very good slider. And he's definitely decreased his fastball amount because his fastball is very hittable, but his slider's nasty. And he's got a good changeup. But Padres hit the slider really, really well. Last 30 days, they're third best in hitting the slider. So really can't find an angle to get behind the Marlins here. I think Meyer should get dinged up a little bit. Padres bullpen's definitely been susceptible. This was the best bullpen in baseball first 30 days of the season. Now they're like 25th. So they've had some struggles. Marlins bullpen's getting a little bit better. So technically the better bullpen on the road. But yeah, I don't really see an angle to take the Marlins here. I don't like the pitch mix for Meyer. And Kolick has a pretty decent pitch mix tonight. So it's Padres or nothing. But again, you're not getting a ton of value. You got to find a dance partner there for those. All right, let's get our best bets, get you guys on your way. First play on the card today, we're going to take Brady Singer, revenge game, over 3.5 Ks, but to give up 1 walk, we're getting plus 101 on that one. If you really want to juice this up, you could take the Royals on the money line too, and then that would give you some negative correlation. Bump that up probably to plus 220 something at least. Next one's going to be Dustin May over 15.5 outs. Again, you could pair this up with Dodgers on the money line, but we're going to play it pretty square. And then we're going to do Logan Webb, 5Ks, Flaherty, 4+ hits allowed at minus 125. And then we're going to take Strider and Suarez in the Braves-Phillies game, both to go under their Ks. I think they're just a little too high, especially the Strider. If you want to play this safer, just take Strider. Like I said, he only threw 75 pitches in his last outing, maybe throws 80 today. So he'd have to be really efficient to get those Ks. And then we're going to take the D-backs and the Mets -1, both of them -1 to get plus 121. But if you're looking for parlays ideas, like I said, you could pair the Padres, the Yankees up, D-backs, Mets. I mean, you can make like a little 4-legger today with those heavy favorites. I do like their spots today. And then, like I said, Red Sox plus 100, I think is a little... It's too, it should be a pick 'em. Should be like minus 110 each. So I do think there's value on the Red Sox today. So those are my plays. Appreciate you guys tuning in to the channel, and we'll catch you in tomorrow's video.